Hey guys, it's me again. So yesterday I did a 5K run. It was my first one that I've done. I think I did pretty well. I got one like 81 or something like that out of 5,000, and then I was like 35th in my age group. So that was really good. The time was about 23 minutes. So that's okay. I think I can go faster, but my legs were really bothering me. I mean, anytime I run, my legs bother me, but there was a lot of inflammation. Felt like my legs were broken, kind of like the nerves were just going crazy. I had a hard time controlling my legs, and was getting a little sick too. I've been kind of sick up to the race, just cough and problems. But that happens. Things happen in life. You plan for things. They never exactly go the way you want them always, and you just have to push forward. I mean, there were you know times where I wanted to stop or just give up, and I didn't. So just had to push through and do my best. Um, there's always going to be an obstacle to overcome. So, but I mean, that's just kind of what I want to talk about is getting over uh, obstacles, and you know how you do that. How do you take something that's really negative in your life and turn it around and make it positive, or how do you go through a race when you don't even feel like it, or get up and just get out of bed for the day. There's many days where you don't feel like doing that either. And, some days you just need to stay in bed. But, and then sometimes you push yourself too hard and then you're in bed. So it's very difficult, with fibromyalgia, you know, um, knowing when that is, knowing when you can push forward or knowing when you need to push forward, or when you need to rest, and that's been challenging for myself personally, because I really, I don't want to sit back and not participate in life. I have a lot of dreams and goals that I want to go for, and um, sometimes you just push yourself too hard. I think I pushed myself into relapse for like 2 years because I was, working a lot, not training as much as I should have, like working out and just not taking care of myself and trying to, please too many people, trying to please my boss and please my girlfriend and not taking enough time for myself, and just being overworked. I really didn't need to work that much. I was working like 5 in the morning to like 10 o'clock at night, and I just got burnt out. So it just and I knew better, but I still did it. And I knew that it would. I didn't think it would send me into a relapse. I just thought I'll just get through it and just push and push, and I've been blessed to have uh, my symptoms reduced through different various treatments, and sometimes I tend to take advantage of that or abuse it, and I still have to realize that I'm still dealing with this illness, and um, take a step back and take my time with it, and that's hard. I just I want to go full force. So like this year I'm going back to school for film, and I have my own business, and then I just did this race, and then I'm trying to do a competition again. So we'll see. I backed off. I didn't take a lot of class. I'm only going to take one class this semester. Um, you know, I'm keeping my hours kind of light at work and just try to work with myself, work around things. Get the right amount of sleep, eat the right foods, and just do the right things, and hopefully, I'll be feeling better. I think I started having an upswing like towards the end of last year where I started feeling better, uh, as far as coming out of a relapse. So I think I'm still dealing with that, still having a lot of pain, and um, you know, still dealing with a lot of things. So cool. So I just got my text from my running coach, and she just qualified for the Boston Marathon. That's really awesome. That's really cool. She did the Houston Marathon today, and I did the 5K yesterday. So um, I'm not really interested in doing a lot of long distance, just short distances. I don't want to break down too much muscle, and I don't want to, put too much stress on my immune system. Running those marathons and things like that can really put a lot of strain on your immune system. So I try to just be real, be more effective with like my workouts, where I'm not focused on so much how hard it is, but how effective is it for the body in different ways. So I think that's really one thing that I learned from, you know, uh, getting back into working out and bodybuilding and things like this is, taking a step back. Because before, when I was younger, I would just go, hardcore and just lift a lot of weights, and um, wasn't really too concerned with injuries or form or certain things like that, and that's definitely changed a lot. I had to go, excuse me, back to the drawing board and really look at taking my ego out of it and starting over. You know, um, Starting over with how I lifted weights and what I did, and how many repetitions I use, how many sets, how many days I go, all those different things I had to look at, and it was very hard for me to restructure that and to back off and to say I can do this, but I can't do that, and you just have to be okay with it. And I think that's a lot of just people's problem in general is like, they get caught up in what they used to do and then what they can't do now. It's like just do what you can, do it the best you can, and really just try to focus on that. And small things, get big results in the end because it starts to build on it. So each time you go to the gym or you work out or do something, it's going to build up to, your conditioning, get you in better shape, get your heart rate better, get your enzymes going in your body. All those things just get your body moving, and that's one of the hardest things for people with fibromyalgia is you don't necessarily feel like living almost, but you don't feel like, walking or doing any form of exercise, um, but I really feel like, it's a must, and I know it's painful, and I know it hurts. I mean, when I was running that race, I mean, it felt like somebody broke my legs, and not like, somebody's like, oh, I got some shin splints, or, no, it felt like my freaking legs were broken. My bones hurt. Um, all the nerves in my leg were going crazy, and I mean, it felt like somebody took a chainsaw to my shins and sawed it in half. It felt really weird, like my legs were rubber, and I didn't have like good control over them. And it's hard for a lot of people can't understand that what that's like, you know, or appreciate it for it's like nobody really understands it. So I mean, you guys understand it. You know what I'm going through and what I have to deal with, and um, I really appreciate all you guys being there. So um, thank you for all your questions and comments. Sorry if I don't always get to them. I just got a lot going on, and you know, I just want to say thank you for being there, for listening to me, for supporting me. Hopefully, I give you guys a little support, and just try to do this thing together because it's can be a lonely illness. And I mean, there's parts of me that struggle with that too. It's like, you know, should I be focused on this thing? Should I be focused on fibromyalgia or trying to make a difference or making these videos anymore? Because sometimes I feel like what you think about, you bring about. But again, I feel like this is a real illness. It's like I can't necessarily outthink it. Or it's as real as like MS or Parkinson's or something like that. Even though sometimes we get fooled by doctors and by other people, and they're like it's all in your head, and you start thinking, well, maybe it is all in my head. Maybe I'm crazy or something. And sometimes I wish it was that way because then maybe I could get some medication for that. And it's just hard. It's hard that there's no real definitive test out there yet. That the science is still growing, and that hopefully one day we will, you know, get to a place where this disease is better understood, and that there's more treatments available, better treatments. Um, there's always that hope, and that we can live our lives again. That's what I hope for, is to live a full and happy life, without having to worry about setbacks or going for a goal and putting in a lot of time and energy and then having it fall apart because I get sick again. Um, you know, uh, that would be nice, to be unstoppable. But right now, it's not happening. So, um, we just got to keep pushing forward. Just keep taking the hits, keep moving forward. Take the hits, keep moving forward. Do what we can. Just push up that hill. Even when you don't want to. And no, it's not fun. Nobody wants to freaking do it, and it sucks. But it's what we got to do. We got to stand together, bind together, and keep moving forward. And not worry about get too caught up in the bad things and the negative thoughts and all the other stuff. Or you know somebody doesn't believe me, or you know just don't want to get trapped in that stuff. Really spend little time on the problem and a lot of time on the solution. So solution is figuring out what you can do, focusing on that. Trying to fill your time with either friends or family, or something that you love. And having goals. You know, Setting down goals. Even if they're small. I mean, there's so many small goals that sometimes just carry me through the worst times, but they just make me happy. You know what I mean? Because I know like how much it means. And it could be anything from waiting for a movie to come out, to seeing that's gonna that's the goal. Right now it's like I could barely do anything, and I want to see that movie, and that's gonna help me get through. Uh, to doing this race, which was a big goal for me. It might seem small for somebody else that's healthy. It's just oh, it's just a 5K, but for me it was like a really big deal, and really painful. I trained for it and everything. So it's important to have those goals in life to help you keep going. I mean, I got my list here, and every day I look at it. Every day I look at what I want, what are my goals, what am I looking for, and they come true. The more you focus on the good things in life, the more it brings it to you. So I really try to focus 80% of my time on filling my life up with good things and joy and happiness and friends and family, right? And then just a little bit of time, on, you know, what the problem is. And that was a struggle for me because it was like, I've heard that concept before. It's like, just focus on this, the solutions or what's working, and it was like nothing's working. It's like I feel like crap all the time, and it's really hard to see past that. It was really hard for me to see past that, and to really like humble myself and take a step back and not compare myself to my old way of living, and see where I'm at today and try to focus on where I want to go, but what I need to do to get there, and all those different things. And that was very difficult. So I'm definitely, excuse me, in a much better place and a lot happier. So thank you guys for all your support, and talk to you next time.